All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Go Beyond Virtual for Monday, March the 7th. Oh yeah, March the 7th. Tonight you're going to need a body towel, which we will use for the first couple of songs, and then we'll be done with it. You're going to need a pair of weights. And then you're going to need a band for your legs. And we will use that. Once we get it on, we'll work through like 5 or 6 songs with it, and then we'll be done with it. Also, you will need a yoga block and a small ball. If you don't have a small ball, you can use the yoga block as a small substitute. We're going to go to the floor for the last 3 songs. So give everybody a heads up. We will stop and allow you to adjust your computer for floor viewing. So let's get going here. Okay, what am I doing here? Not that. Here we go. All right, let's just start by march. And just do a little side to side here, as if you've got a cane. You want that long arm, relaxed shoulders. Picking up the knee. Trying not to hurt yourself in any way, shape, or form with this. Just nice long arms. Let those arms relax. Let the shoulders relax. 4, 3, 2, fold it up. Push. Keep going. Let Miss Karen in here and grab my glasses. Push out, forward, forward. So grab your body towel. We're just going to keep marching here. Push, push. So keep it level with the shoulders and the elbows. 4, 3, widen your stance. And push to the side. Push to the side, so you're going to angles. You also want to weight shift. So you're going from one leg to the other. And lifting that back foot in that little touch. And down and up. Fold down, fold up. And keep it tight to your body. Just let everything from the elbow move. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to a little march right here in the middle. And go ahead and swing this right here behind you. Hopefully you're more successful than I just was. Go to your wide stance on the towel and let your shoulders relax for a moment. So we're going to lift, push. Nice straight arms on this. Relax your head and neck. Don't crane down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your towel to the side and keep your feet moving. I'm going to stretch a little bit here. Just roll it up and press it out. Again. Okay, let's bring it forward. Press it back. Squeezing those shoulder blades back there. And you're going to roll it forward and arch your back and tuck your chin in. And then take it back again and squeeze. And forward. Chin down. Let your arms just roll down nice and slow. Chin up. Press back. And then let everything roll right into normal position. Shrug your arms out. All right. This next one, we're just going to do cardio. It's a quick little song. So we're going to do quick feet, move. So you want to turn it up because we're not doing a whole lot of talking. So you can keep it at this marching pace, or you can take it up to that little jog. And go ahead and move around in your space. Make sure you're going forward and backward, taking all your spacing. Making some pivots. A little sideways jog if you want to do that. can't run laps in the track, so you gotta run circles in your room. Good. That forward and back motion. The trick with the backward motion and the sideways motion is to keep it in that rhythm. Try not to lose that rhythm. Challenge yourself with the side step motion. Make sure you're stepping behind you if you're side stepping. That back foot is always behind. And of course, your forward motion, making your turns. So you're practicing your pivots. Almost done. Go back to your home spot. Jog over to where your towel is. And drop it right there. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that same song again, but you're going to be on your towel. Okay. For those of you who have a full-on body towel, you're dealing with the arch on there. So whether you've got shoes on or not. And so you're going to be marching your feet off of and onto. Your foot never completely leaves the towel. So if you step forward, your toes are on the floor, but your heel isn't. So you're going to be marching back and forth, out and in. And you can turn sideways and do 1 foot off and 1 foot on. Anything that's going to challenge and make it an unsteady surface for you to be on. Okay? So here we go. So you can start with yourself in that sort of balanced position and then just kind of work your way out. And at some point you may have to flip the towel when it starts getting super flat. And then shift. I'm going to shift to my heels. And I'm going to shift to my toes. And then I'm just going to mix it up and walk it out. So whatever you figure out to do that works for you. If you're barefoot, it really does look the bottom of your foot. If you've got your shoes on, it's a little harder to tell because you've got that flat foot. Say that past 5 times. I'm going to work myself down here. Keeping that pacing, you still want to have that kind of cardio pacing going there. Good. Work myself back to the middle. And I'm going to walk it out. My toes. Do you, whatever's going to work for you. And I'm going to turn. And I'm just going to work 1 foot going straight, 1 foot going sideways, still with that pacing. Just a little balance challenge. And then you turn it, try to go the other way. This towel's not really big enough for you to actual steps. So that's why I have the back foot going sideways. Goes to your shins like a crazy person. All right, almost done with this. Go back to center. Just do a little bit out and in. And step off. All right, go ahead and pick the towel up and pick up your weights. Oof. Don't need the towel anymore. Toss it wherever you want it to go. Fan club. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a side step with a low pushback. So instead of doing a kickback and doing like this, the low pushback, you keep your arms long and you just keep them straight and you do push and you keep it low by your tush. Push, push. So you're going to do a side step and back. And then we will do a reverse lunge with an overhead curl. An overhead curl is simply when you bring it up and you continue going and then bring it all the way back down. So you would step back and come in. So we're not going to necessarily try to keep up with the rhythm of the music because I don't want you faltering to try to keep up with that. Just make sure you're doing a good job keeping your form. All right. So starting with our side step, you're just going to step and press. So you want to keep that long leg out. Go to the inner thighs and do that little long arm tush push back there. If you're barefooted, use those toes to grip the ground. And if you're in your shoes, plant those toes and then let the heel make contact. And you want to take the long step, that inner thigh that forward body lean just a little bit. Hips are going to the back. I'm adjusting as I take larger steps, going into the space that I need. All right, so we're going to go to one side and do a double. You're going to go 1, 2, step, 1, 2. So we're not in the beat. It's that little push. Hold the position so you get into it. Push, push, return, push, push, return. We're going to do 2 more. And then the last one. Roll your shoulders. All right, we're going to go into our reverse lunges. So first we start by doing our lunge. Head up, chin up. Hold the weights. And then start by doing the shoulder curl. All right. Baby steps into the sky. Now bring the weights a little higher to the top of the shoulder. And then as you get going, you bring the weights higher and the elbows up. Idea is to get the elbows to be about eyeball high. Be mindful of your balance. Know where you're going, what you're doing. 2 more. This one, and then this one. All right, let me stop this. Okay, we're going to put the weights down, put our band on at below knee level. Now, I always advise when you put it on, if you've got knee issues, you want to take it to the widest part of your calf instead of right below your knee. Because if you have knee issues, then it's going to really be pulling into the joint. So you make it get to the widest part. You've got little tiny toothpick legs. You have to figure out where that goes. But I don't have toothpick legs, so I don't have that issue. All right, and then once you get it on, do a couple of tests. Make sure the band is equidistant all the way around so you don't feel like it's pulling lighter in the front than the back. At any time, if you need to stop and adjust your band, please feel free to do so. Where I have it on my legs should have no impact on where you have it. It's about your comfort and you knowing what your knees can and cannot handle, all right? So we are going to be doing step outs. We're going to step back and then come to home, step out. And then we're going to step at angles as well. So we'll go 45 forward and 45 in reverse, but we're not going to step forward. All right, and then we'll do some doubles and we'll be switching legs. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing. We're going to repeat the song we just did. Because I have one list and we have to play more than once. So you'll step back and home, out, other leg, back and out. Alternate, back and out. Other leg, back. Push that heel in and out. Go left, back, and out. Now the right side, back, and out, back, and out. Keeping your head posture in good position. Push that heel back when you step back. Take that nice step here, and wide, back, and out. We're going to do 2 more sets here. This one, and this one. 1 more. Little hip wiggle. Now we're going to do what we call the K, which is you're going to step forward at 45, and then back to 45, and then we'll do the reverse K. Shall we? Step here, and in, and here. So you make the arms of the K. Now the other side, and here. So you're making essentially an X, but you're doing one part of the K at a time. Here, and here. So make sure you're hitting that angle. Okay. I did mine in reverse. Sorry about that. And Cindy, I know you and Morgan did snowshoeing, so this is probably going right there where you don't want it to go. Okay, let's finish this setup. And then we're going to do the K, the side, the K, and the back, starting with the left. So you're going to go K, and in, out, and in, diagonal, and back. And now the right leg. K, and out, diagonal, and back. Let's repeat it again. K, out, diagonal, and back. We'll do the other side. K, out, diagonal, and back. Okie dokie. Push that there. We're going to go into our hip hinges, keeping the band here. Take your feet to a width that you like. I am at hip width, maybe just a little wider. You don't want it close because you want to keep the band, your knees, and your feet parallel. We're going to keep our head and chest up, sit back into our hips, keeping the legs relatively straight until the hips start to bend, and then the knees bend gently. Weight is distributed between your toes and your heels. And we will be doing this. However, before we get all set, you need to grab one weight. And you're gonna bend in a nice good squat. Put that weight right there where you can grab a hold of it. If you're not stretched out, you can have it start standing, because as we get warmed up into our hips, we will pick the weight up and put it down, come back up. Every time you do it, you're always going to come up, and then you'll switch hands and do it without dropping the shoulders. So you'll keep your hips and your shoulders square. All right. So yes, we are changing songs. There we go. Let's go back to those hips. Get that weight distribution. And hold it there. Saying hello to your hamstrings and your glutes. Well, you gotta wait till the weight distribution is good. Pulse. And you want to make sure the pulse is coming from here. Okay, this is an echo, and it's quick pulse. Boom, boom, boom. Just sit into it, keep your head and neck at neutral. You just want to get those big old muscles nice and warm, worn out. Be mindful of your legs. Try not to let the knees come off. 4, 3, 2, 1. Side to side. Left, right, left, right. Pushing from the heel. So when you shift left and right, you want to feel the weight push up from the heel into your glutes. Do a little more challenge. Keep it balanced between your toes and your heels, but lift your toes up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes down and just stay right here in the middle. 3, 2, 1. Let's roll it up. All right, go ahead and bring your legs in and shake them out. You want to get all that stuff moving. Go back to your stance. You should be warmed up enough that you can bend into your hinge. Take the hand. Pick up your weight. And then put it right back down. You should not have to look and see. Now change hands where your weight is. You can use your peripheral vision with that. I don't want you dropping your head to look and see. So you want your head and neck to stay at that relatively neutral position. Okay. Bend those hips back. Tuck that belly into the thighs. Try as best you can to keep it relatively straight, your shoulders. We're going to do one more. Make sure we do the right one. Do the right one. Gotta do the right one. And go ahead and pick that weight up and get it out of the way. All right, we're going to repeat that song, but we're going to do a jump squat. Now stop it. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay in our hip hinge, but we're going to take the band to thigh level. So you can take it up above your knees. Now that I've got this lovely red streak on my calves. All right. Again, you never want to put the band on the kneecaps. Y'all know this. If you have a chair handy, great. If you don't, that's fine. But essentially, I'm going to demonstrate. We're going to do our hip hinge, and then you're going to do a little jump squat. You don't have to come up all the way off the ground. You can just come up into the toes, but you want to hip hinge to the point where you are almost touching the chair if you have the chair as a target. If you don't have the chair, you squat low, and then you come up. You can do these as fast or slow. No, don't do them as fast as you want. Take your time. The song is 2 minutes and 24 seconds long. You'll get tired, I promise you. All right. So, good posture in the head and neck. You're going to go ahead and squat down, and then come up. Get landed, squat down, and then come up. Give yourself a count. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. And use your arms when you come up. Push back, and then regaining your balance, come back down forward. We won't do this for the whole time. I need, but I'm not sitting. The jump is good, but you can always just come up on your toes if that's what you do. Modify as you need to. And remember, as you're squatting down, as you get tired, your knees will want to come in. Make sure they're staying as wide as your feet, okay? So you may have to change your foot position. Your legs start moving back. Let's do 10 more, we'll be done. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, walk, get a drink. With the band on. Okay. That raises your heart rate. Okay, we're gonna do some powerlifting. This is where we're gonna double up on our weights. If you would like to do this from a seated position, you're welcome to. Seated allows you to brace at your body and have a catch just in case the weights get to be too heavy for the lift. But you can do it freestanding. I just ask that you don't do a full extension unless you're used to using the heavier weights. Not everybody walks around with 10, 15 pounds in their hand. So you want to make sure you're not doing, you're not going to do a full extension every time unless you're used to doing that. So you modify as needed. Y'all know how to do this. All right. Because I've got several things. Where did I put my thing? My heart is in Hawaii. That's right. Here we go. Okay, so starting with the left hand, nice wide stance here. You're just going to passively work these guys. 1, I'm coming about halfway. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to switch it. The other hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. 1, 2, keep yourself square. 3, and up here. 4, 5, switch on the down low part. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, keeping it in your right hand, you're going to turn to a little bit of stance. Start right here at the bent arm and do a little bit of a kick back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch to the front, shift hands. Switch your legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch middle. Switch hands. Shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to the middle. Shift and switch. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go to center. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch on the down low part. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch again. Do 2 more switches. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And switch down here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and put your weights down for just a moment. Shake your hands out. And we're going to take the band down to ankle level. So go ahead and push that down. So I'm just going to change. All right. Widen your stance out so you're at stretchy level. Make it a little difficult for yourself. The band wants to pull your ankles in. And now we're going to do heel raises. So not only are you pushing up, but you're having to push out a little bit. But before you get started and get everything in there, get your weights. Okay, reset. Let's do our heel raises. Up and down. 2 up and down. 2 up, 2 down. So take those 2 beats to go down. 2 up, 2 down. So don't just drop your ankles. Up and down. Up and down. You want to get up in that hold. Up and down. Bring your weights right here. Up and down. Hey, your center of gravity change. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Roll it out right here. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up. We're going to add a little tiny overhead press. Push and down. How big you go is up to you, but be mindful of the fact that you're raising your body at the same time. And down. Good job, everybody. Up and down. You want to do full extension, you're certainly welcome to. You're also welcome to keep it in the functional. And you can do one arm at a time if you need to. Push and down. Push and down. Push. Go a little higher on this one. We got one more. Up and down. Slide it in. And done. All right. Island spring is the next one. Okay, walk for just a second. All right. Go back to your wide stance. You want a little bit of knee bend here. And you're going to bring your weights and rest the head of the weights right here on your collarbone. And then let your elbows go to the side. Okay, right here at your side. Keeping your shoulders in line with your hips. You're going to dip. And you shouldn't be able to really get in here without some contorting. That's not the idea. You want to here and up. Here and up. So you feel the engagement. So here you're going to feel the engagement here. And then here you feel it here. So opposite sides and up. Opposite and there you go. You want to expand the air in your core, but do not hold your breath. Ready? 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is why we don't go terribly deep on our dips. You're trying to stay within your spinal alignment. And singles. Okay? 1 and up. 2. Here's where you can go a little, press into it a little more. But keep those elbows steady. And those legs, if you can, walk your feet apart a little more. Let them just hold. Let's do a double. Ready? 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and slide it in. Go ahead and take the band off. Let me find where we were. All right, band is off. We're going to do front arm, side arm raise. All right. So, front arm, side arm raise. You want the slight bend in your arm, so never lock your arm out. You're not going to do front arm raise. It looks like this. See how my arm is locked out? Your tendons, if you've ever had tennis elbow, don't want to do that. Have that slight bend. And I want you to keep the weight, the head of the weight, at just below shoulder level. Okay? So you're not doing here. Because I want you to catch when you feel right here. It's just at that point. That's where we're going to, because you want your abs to engage and you don't want your shoulder to have to press up past that and then control it down. We're going to stay in the shoulders plenty. We just don't have to overdo it. Same thing with the side arm raise. You just want that just below so you're feeling the engagement through here as you do it. Singles when you need to, doubles when you can. Starting with the front, so nice stance, a little bit of sitting into the hips. Here we go. 1, 2, and down. 2 now sides. 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. Good. 1, 2. See how you just hit that spot and your abs just kind of tighten up? But you're fixing to go over that precipice, but you're not. Right here. Your shoulders like almost. Nope. And down. We're going to do this. And now we're going to do left arm, right arm. So you're going to go 1, 2, and down. Now you're going to switch. 1, 2, and down. Left arm, right arm. 1, 2, and switch. Here we go. 1, 2, and down. Double fronts. 1, 2, hold, and down to the side. Regular. 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. We're going to go here, and then we're going to switch it up again. Ready? Left and right. 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. Good. 1, 2, and down. 1, 2. This is the last one. We are done. All right. Okay. Put your weights down. Yes, I know. Put your weights down. Go ahead and move your fingers for me. Open, close, open, close. Rotate your wrists. Rotate at the elbows. And it reverse. And now shrug the shoulders and pick the elbows up and let the arms go with. So you're getting the stretch through your forearms as well. And now we're going to reverse. We did a lot of shoulder stuff there. Okay, so now we're going to the floor. And we're going to be doing bird dogs first. So you're going to go to hands and knees, and you're going to put the yoga block right here at your waistband when we go down. So I'm going to adjust my camera so it goes more towards the floor. Just a little bit. There we go. Bendy floor camera. Oh, you don't need to see my mouse. You don't really need to see all of that either. Move the ring light. There we go. Here's my open space. So going to the floor, get your yoga block. Go to hands and knees. Making sure I'm on the right side here. And, oh, look, here I am. All right, so the bird dog. You're going to put the block on your waistband. And you're going to take your left hand out and your right foot back. And you will lift those up. And you might have to adjust depending where it is. And you're going to draw those in towards one another and push straight back. The idea of having the yoga block is to keep you from hip tilting and doing it so you're not going to be here and then, doing anything wild. It's just kind of a reminder to keep your balance while you're doing it. We will do 10 on one side and 10 on the other, and then we'll change it up as we need to. All right, get set. Left hand, right foot, lift it up and draw it in. 1 and out, 2 and out, 3, 4. We won't be right in time with music, that's fine. 5. Try to take your leg straight out and your arm straight out. Bring it in. 6. 7. Head and neck at neutral. 8. 9. Take this one out and hold it for me. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Bring everything down. Take the block off for just a moment. And I want you to sit back on your heels so you can stretch your back. And then go ahead and let your hands slide out in front of you. So stretch through there. Bring it back in. Get yourself set at 4s. Get the block back up. This time you're going to have your right hand out and your left foot back. Bring it up and let's go in and 1, in and 2, in and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to take this last one up and hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Again, take the block off. Widen your knee stance this time and go ahead and sit back in that hip cradle. Stretch those arms forward, head between your ears, ears between your arms. Because your head is already between your ears, just saying. Come up. Now, without the yoga block this time, we're just going to alternate and do them. So you're going to go 1, in, out, and down. Out, 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 in, out, and down. 2 more. Out, in, out, and down. Out, in, out, and down. All right. So we're going to do abs now. And if you've got a small ball, this is what you're going to use. And you can have one weight to use as a counterweight. If you don't have a small ball, you can use a small bolster style pillow. And in a pinch, you can use a yoga block. Doesn't work as well, but you can use it in a pinch because it will do what you want it to do. All right, I'll sit where you can kind of see my back. I'll turn my back to you for just a moment. So you're going to take the ball and you're going to lean forward and you're going to put the ball right at the center of where you're connected to the floor. And you're going to jam that little bugger in there so that when you lean back, it creates a wedge, a balloon wedge. And then you have your feet bent at a gentle 90 in front of you, which you can totally see here. And you're going to put the weight between your feet as a counterbalance if you need it. If you don't need it, then you're fine. And you'll sit in that 70 degree position, and that's where you'll do that little pulse. You don't want to go into the 45 because if you've got impingement issues, you got to be careful. Now, the yoga block, that's what you're using. You have to take it at an angle. So you're almost putting, so if you're holding it here, this corner, you have to slide it under there. And it creates a flatter thing, but you can still do the same thing. It creates just, it doesn't have as much give, but it does work. So if that's what you're using, or you can, like I said, you can use the a bolster from your couch. You know, some of you don't have the one about this big around, about this round. You just tuck it under there. Do the same thing. All right, let me get mine set. Get my weight. Okay, the longer your legs are, the harder it is to work on the abs. So start with them at 90. If you want to stretch them out and make them more of a challenge, go for it. Let's switch this back to our song. No. There we go. Hands. So you go from 90 to you're about 80, 75, 70. And you've got that Caribbean beat again, so you're just doing that little tiny pulse through here. Now, you do want your belly button to bring your spine always towards the thighs. You don't want your belly button tucking into your spine because then it pushes your lumbar this way. You want it to go this way. Your upper body is going to be curved. And if at any point it gets to be too much, you simply sit into crisscross, let your back relax, and then come back out of it. Come back into position. 4, 3, 2, 1. And so you're just going to do a little turn and then center, little turn and then center. So it's on the spinal line. Your rotation is right at the spine. You're not dropping your shoulder. You're just doing a little rotation. Okay? Little tiny rotation. Doesn't have to be big. A lot of times people want to do abs and they have back issues. So we try to find ways to help with the ab engagement without wrecking you. And there's always modifications. Flexors for the win. Come back to center and just stay there for a few minutes. Now, for those you can, stretch your legs out just a little bit, not too much. And make sure you're keeping those toes up so that you can hold that weight, your low pulse. See if your low pulse is making this pulse get any higher. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and sit forward just a little bit. Let your legs just kind of straighten out and let your quads disengage just a smidge. You may have to roll back out of those muscles and then back into it. Now this time we are going to turn. So you're going to drop. So it's not a straight back. You're doing a little more of a lean and you always come back to center. So you're rotating, but you're also taking the spine. So be mindful of what your spine is doing today. We want to work on those obliques. Good. You can do this with a weight, but since we're learning a new thing with the ball or the yoga block, I opted not to do that. Because the song is nearly 4 minutes long. 3 minutes long, sorry. go back to center and just pulse. You want to lengthen your legs a little bit more to make it a little bit more of that length challenge down here. Keep those toes up and those strong long legs. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All right. Go ahead and let that weight drop. Just let your legs go open. Pull this guy out from under you. Tuck that. And your yoga block out of the way. Go, be free. All right. Go ahead and crisscross if you can. You don't have to tight. But once you crisscross, I want you to take your fists. Remember, you do not touch your thumb, and you want your fingers to go long, so don't touch your fingernails again. You don't want to cut yourself. Put it right here next to your hips and push. So that you're lengthening your spine. Just kind of push, kick, and clear the floor. Maybe, maybe not. And then gently, slowly come back down. Just take your hands in front of your chin and roll your hips forward. You're going to kind of engage and pull the arms and the shoulders. It's a hip rolling forward motion that we're going for. And once you've rolled your hips and engaged your arms, let your feet relax. Don't hold them so stiff. Relax them. Wiggle your toes. And then roll back out of it. And now we're going to switch legs. Okay, we're going to push up first. Here we go. Push. And then let it down gently. And then work the shins. Roll your hips forward. Engage your arms. You're doing that little pull down. And hold it right there. 5, 4. Wiggle your toes. 3, 2, and 1. All right. I want you to go as wide as you can. So you're going to open up. Go wide stance. And use your hands if you need to help you with that. You're on the back of your heels. So your heels are touching towards the back of your heels. Feet are relaxed. Your knees are in a natural lock. You're not forcing them down. Hands back at the hips like we did all the time. And here we go. We're going to push. This will actually push your legs into more of that natural lock. 3, 2, 1. And then come back down slowly. Hands, not at the calves, just below. And roll those hips forward. Let the knees bend. You roll those hips forward. Stretch right through here. 3, 2, 1. Bring that left leg in towards the knee. Hold it in. Tuck it in nice and tight here. Hold it with the right hand. Left hand's going to do the job. You're going to roll it across here and reach. You're going into your right hamstring. And you're coming up the back side of your left side of your back. Back side of the left side of your back. That makes sense. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to open up big. Stretch it back. Look back at your thumb. Hold it in. Switch it out. Tuck it in and hold it with that left hand. Big arm here. And go forward. And you may be tighter on one side than the other. That is okay. Hold it there. Big open. Rotate it back. And then look at that thumb. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your legs first. And so heel, toe to toe. We'll do one more. Grab at your ankles if you can. And then while you've got your ankles in hold, roll those hips forward. Sit up nice and tall. And then press the knees down a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then up, around. Sit back and squeeze. Go into your back right here. And up. All righty, you guys, make your way up off the floor. I want to thank you for joining me. And remember, we do not have class next week. The next time we meet, it will be on the 21st. And I'll see you on the flip side.